Today, the hub is headed internationally. This morning show is going to be special. Let me ask you a question. What do you know about Morocco? If a client asked you to travel to Casablanca or Tangier, would you know how to get them there? Would you know what they would experience? Would you know how to form the trip of their dreams? That's what today's show is all about. We'll learn about it from a special guest, our friend Omar Ait Khouya. He's the owner and operator of Truly Morocco Tours. We'll bring him on in just 1 second. Also, the one and only hub star Lisa Pease has some great information to share about Morocco as well. So together we'll see pictures of the beautiful country. We'll learn how to have a great trip there, and we'll interview our friend Omar in just a few moments. This is the hub where the travel industry is together under one roof. Agents and suppliers collaborating to get us on the path to prosperity so we can build back a wonderful travel industry into the future. Today's conversation, of course, will be with Omar, but we do have to check in with the co-founder of the hub, Tom Brousseau. Tom, hola, you're back from Mexico. How was your trip?
Hola. Hey, what a whirlwind. No pun intended. Or pun intended. Take your pick, I guess. But really, it was great. You know, I made it home, but it was a long trip home, but it was most certainly worth it. You know, like we talk about here on the hub all the time, you know, really a great bunch of travel agent leaders that were down there. And really many other agents were at other resorts. You know, while we were there, many of our friends, we could see them on Facebook or, you know, texting or whatever. You know, people were down at different resorts. You know, really getting out there. Katie Capel was down there, Chris Terry, at different resorts. So really travel agents showing how it's done, right? We had a great meeting, you know, got to talk about the group business generator with some other agents as a part of the business meeting there. So that was awesome. But, you know, many thanks to Charisma Resorts. They're definitely taking a leadership role and, you know, bringing agents down there so that they can experience things firsthand. And now for the future, if my clients are ever worried about what it's going to be like, if a hurricane comes while you're in the destination, I can tell them exactly what to expect.
Excellent. Well, it's great that you got through that unscathed. Welcome home. It's great to have you back at Hub HQ as we finish up Hubtoberfest, by the way. We have today, tomorrow, and Saturday left for you to invite your top flight agent friends in to enjoy a 12-month free trial of the Hub. We'll show you exactly how to do that on the show. But I can't wait any longer. We have to go to our special guest today. We've done live interviews from all over Mexico and the Caribbean, Hawaii, and Las Vegas. But this is our first time going truly abroad. We are now live in Morocco with our friend Omar Ait Khouya, the owner and operator of Truly Morocco Tours. Omar, how are you? Welcome to the hub, sir.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Pat. Hi, Tom, Lisa. So we know each other already. So you are welcome in Morocco. Let's make yourself you are in Morocco. So Morocco, first of all, let's introduce the word Morocco in Arabic. So, or let me say hi in Arabic, since we are in North Africa as a country, in a African continent. We call Morocco Al-Mamlaka Al-Maghribiya, the Moroccan kingdom. It's a kingdom. So we have a king here in North Africa, especially in Morocco, and it's located in North Africa. So when you say the map of Africa, so we are especially in the top northern part of Africa, which is, we bordered Spain right away. It's few minutes by ferries. If you guys would love to come once, so I can say that there is different ways to join Morocco, which is the gate to Africa from Europe. So you could cross the Mediterranean, or if you fly, you can fly from anywhere in all over the world to get to Casablanca, different cities in Morocco. Okay, so this is a little bit about Morocco. What else? So we border, let's talk about the border of Morocco in Africa. we have Algeria, east, you know, Algeria. We bordered Algeria east, and Mediterranean, Atlantic Ocean. We have the oceanic last, and southern part of is more as a travel agent, and you work in the travel industry. You all have an idea about different countries in all over the world. So let's give you a chance also to, since you gave me this chance, I appreciate all of you to talk a little bit about my country and my company. Okay, I don't know. Lisa gives. Thank you for Lisa. Already, she helped and she gave a little bit about me. Maybe a family or a historical overview about her trip, a little about her trip here in Morocco. They were really one of the best I could say guests. They joined us here in Morocco, so I took them in one of the nice trip, about 10 days trip, showing them a little bit of every places where we could say that it's important to say in Morocco as an itinerary, that she loved the places that we've been together, where I think so that I gave a little bit of every region, every place we went, and about life, social, economy, people, food. So this is a little bit about the trip with Lisa
And that
last time.
sounds.
So we are.
I'm sorry, Omar. I didn't mean to interrupt. Let me ask a question real quick. So you are a supplier in Morocco. Tell us how perhaps you've observed tourists reacting to seeing Morocco for the first time. What do they get to experience and enjoy when they choose to travel there?
Yeah. So as you know, I own Truly Morocco, which is like a website, and we have a company, transportation suppliers. So we arrange and we organize trips to people who contacted us, or having someone recommended us to guests. So we receive them via emailing them, contacting them via like emails or from our websites. So otherwise that we send them a kind of suggestion or itineraries as an example first. Then we, as a Truly Morocco, we are like a customer tours. So we give a chance to our guests, and we talk to them, and we discuss, and we explain for them which kind of trip that they can choose in case they don't know. Of course, most of them, they don't know yet what is in Morocco. They just excited maybe by one of their friends who've been in Morocco and told them about Morocco, or maybe seeing our websites and looking after the pictures and tours, or some they have the reviews from TripAdvisor or other kind of like travel agencies, reviews that they read about us. So for us, we receive first the emails from our guests. We suggest certain trips, which is like short trips or long trips, and we ask them first of all how long they would love to stay, up to their like vacations or time that they have, mostly in Morocco. So
Sure.
this way we talk to them. Sometimes we suggest, especially personally, I suggest to get their WhatsApp number, which is easier to create a kind of connection between the guests,
Sure.
to say them and to talk to them, to say that I will be your travel agent or coordinator or your tour guide, who will take you in the trip. So
And that was our experience.
connecting them directly, we talk about every details and every point, which exactly. So,
So Omar, let's bring
with
in
Lisa, for example, and John. I say hi from here to John also. So I appreciate. Yeah.
it's great to talk with you, Omar.
Sorry.
Let's bring in our hub
I
star.
said it was one of the great trips that I had with Lisa and the family. Expecting, of course, that this year we were expecting to come, but with the COVID and what is happening.
Right. So Omar, let's bring in our hub star, Lisa Pease.
No
She's the
problem.
owner
Sorry.
and
Go on.
no, she's let's talk with Lisa for a second. Owner of Wander and Whimsey Travel in Wisconsin, one of our hub stars, and worked with Omar as well. So Lisa,
do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but we're going to ask Lisa what she thought of the trip so far, or when she traveled with you.
Yeah.
So Lisa, tell us all about Morocco.
Sure. And like Omar was saying,
Yes.
our experience started with me reaching out and telling the tour operator, what we were looking for. We were looking for Marrakesh. We wanted to definitely visit the Sahara Desert. That was really important to us. We wanted to take a hot air balloon over the High Atlas Mountains, see Casablanca, and possibly get some of the northern region. So we took the amount of days that we had, and really the tour operator customized everything for us. We told them our budget, we told them the high points, the types of hotels or riads we wanted to stay in, and they accommodated all of our needs. We were probably the most surprised by the pricing. I remember getting the cost and I said, oh, so this is per person? And they said, oh, no, this is the total for two of you. The pricing is just absolutely amazing, and the types of hotels that you can stay in, the 5-star hotels, are just a fraction of the cost of what you would pay in other areas of the world. I don't know if you have some of the pictures available, Pat. It might be helpful to kind of go through them.
Sure.
It is a little bit difficult to get to Morocco. It's not an easy place to get to, depending on where you are. We were flying out of Chicago, so we had a couple of overnights, both on the outbound and the return. But Air France usually has some real nice flights. This is a riad. This is a 5-star riad. A riad is a family home, very small. They usually have 5 or 6 rooms in what you would call a residence. And these residences can be palaces, they can be homes, they can be reconstructed buildings, but they're located throughout the meandering hallways of the old town of Marrakesh. And you don't even know that these riads are there. There's a doorway, and all of a sudden you open it up to this beautiful inn, and all of the riads have a courtyard, and the courtyard is lush with open air balconies and palm trees, and very often there's a water feature in there. This particular riad that we stayed at was very centrally located, and I would say the cost of something like this is about $100 a night for, again, a 5-star riad. This is the High Atlas Mountains. We actually walked up. We're pretty high up there, and let me tell you, we had expected a leisurely walk or hike. We ended up climbing these rocks, and this was, I believe there's 7 waterfalls, and Omar can correct me if I'm wrong. We got to one waterfall and we said we're going back down because I don't think we can make it all 7 waterfalls. But this is the beautiful, beautiful location overlooking the city. And when we got back down to the city, we looked at the wares of the villagers, and we purchased rugs and clothing. There are so many wonderful products and goods that are available in Morocco. So the other thing that we really wanted to do was, the Sahara Desert. That was very important to us. And this is Erg Chabi, which is probably 20 minutes into the Sahara Desert. We, of course, had the camel rides at sunset. We also did some ATV riding, which was an absolute blast, or dune buggies, I should say. And we were with a guide, and it was just the three of us. And it was absolutely wonderful, probably the best part of the trip. This is the city. This is the city from the hike down. When we made it down here, we were welcomed with some wonderful tea and some cookies. And then again, Omar was waiting for us at the bottom. Omar didn't take the hike. He would be hiking every day otherwise. But they set us up with a local guide who took us up into the mountains. And he actually he took that tour 3 times a day, which he was really fit. These are the ladies who were putting together the rugs. They string the rugs and weave the rugs. And the rugs are just phenomenal. We spent hours in the village looking at all of the various rugs. And each little section that you're seeing tell a story. So if you're looking at this red rug, for example, the top, and I'm sorry, I can't recall all of the different weavings, but it has to do with their culture, their story, their family history, and the areas of Morocco that they live in. So just really a genuine, wonderful people. The other thing that we really wanted to do was check out the argan oil. You may have heard of argan nuts. This is what these ladies are working on. So they hand crush these argan nuts to make the oil that you get for argan oil for your hair and your face. And it's the pure oil. So you get, if you were to purchase this, an ounce would cost about $40. And it's a very, very expensive oil that again has wonderful health properties. Kind of a vitamin E on just big time, really, really good. Gives you that oil and that sheen in your hair. So it's wonderful. They don't taste very good, but they do remarkable things. The other thing that we really wanted to do was get to Casablanca. Everybody's heard of Casablanca. They've seen the movie Casablanca, and you have this image of Casablanca in your mind. It's not at all what you would think. It's more of a commercial city. And in fact, you see the hop on and off buses in London and Paris, and you think, oh, I'll just jump on the hop on and off bus. They had no idea what I was talking about. It's not really a tourist area, believe it or not. I guess you'd call it the king has a home there, has some palaces there, but other than that, it's not a great city. I know some of the cruise ships stop there for you to get a taste, but honestly, if you have that experience, you're really not understanding what Morocco is about because it's so incredibly different than what Casablanca is. We did go to Rick's Cafe, and again, it was wonderful, but it wasn't the real Rick's Cafe. It was something they built about 9 years ago to give you the illusion of Rick's Cafe. But it was fun. It was fun to take pictures, and they completely reconstructed it. And that was really the only high point of Casablanca.
So lots of questions. So let me get a few questions in for you, Lisa. So who is the right client that you may suggest Morocco to? Because if someone asks us about Morocco, we've got our guy Omar. Now we can talk to someone, which is fantastic. But who on our list is the right type of person to maybe suggest Morocco to?
So Morocco would be considered an exotic destination. It's probably not for the first-time traveler because it might be a little bit overwhelming. For folks who have been to Europe, I think it's a great stepping point. And Omar had mentioned it's a very easy jump from Spain to get over there, or even France to get over to Morocco. This would be for a client who has done a lot of traveling and really is looking for something unique. Also, it would be great for an adventure travel. A lot of your millennials would absolutely love this. And because you can really do it on a shoestring budget, it really is cost effective for most anyone who wants to travel. We did it more as a luxury trip. And I would say, just to kind of give you a ballpark, we didn't scrimp on anything. And the entire trip was somewhere around $7,000. And again, 5-star hotels, incredible experiences like the hot air balloon and the camels and everything. Our trip was absolutely packed, but you can do this, much less expensive. So really it fits a lot of different bucket lists for people.
how much easier is it to go to a destination like this when you have someone like Omar waiting for you to make arrangements? I'm sure that that relationship
Yeah.
helped you.
Yeah, it's, truly, it would have been a very overwhelming process, particularly since there are so many language barriers. Omar speaks very good English. He got us through, in every situation. I definitely would have been overwhelmed and really, probably would not have taken a trip like this. Omar, I don't know if this came across, but he is a private guide. So it was just the three of us. And again, a private guide in Europe would be well over $1,000 a day. And that would not even include any of your accommodations or food or activities. So it truly is a wonderful bargain for your dollar.
Great. Molly's in the chat. Can you take your itinerary and maybe copy that and maybe some of
Sure.
these pictures into the hub?
Yeah.
One feature that we have that not a lot of people use in the hub is you can turn a post into an article. It turns out being more like a blog post. So
Sure.
maybe you could put up roughly what your itinerary was and you could put in some of the pictures, because I think you have a great story to tell that might help Omar
Yeah.
reach more people inside
Yeah.
the hub. If you'd be willing to do it, that would be great.
Yeah, that'd
Awesome.
be my pleasure.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. Omar, I want to come back to
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
What are the must-see experiences when someone comes to Morocco? What are some of the things you absolutely have to do, or you really didn't come to Morocco? I'm not sure if we might be having a connectivity issue.
I think you might be frozen.
Could be. Omar, are you there? Lisa?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Oh, there you are, bud. So,
Yeah.
so what are some of the must-see things to do?
And I can jump in.
Why don't you do that, Lisa?
Yeah,
In
definitely
Morocco.
Marrakesh.
Okay.
Marrakesh was probably is probably the best spot. If you just have a couple of days, Marrakesh, to see the souks and just see the old city as well as the new city. If you can make the trip out to the Sahara, definitely. That's usually kind of an add-on for a couple of days. If you want to go up to the Rabat area, which is just an hour outside of Casablanca, Rabat is the capital city. That's a wonderful, wonderful day. We had about 8 hours there, but I wish I would have had a little bit more. Tangier, up in the Tangier area, where that's where a lot of the cruise ships stop. And again, folks have a little bit of a taste of Morocco, but definitely Marrakesh and then the central region. There's actually a Grand Canyon of Morocco, which is also beautiful. And I really wouldn't take any less than 8 to 10 days to see it, because you can really see a great part of the country in just that short time.
Oh, that sounds really exciting. Any final questions from the group? Get them into the chat now. And it does sound like an amazing adventure. Tom dropped in. So Lisa, this is one of those places that was on a bucket list, or how did you choose Morocco over some of the other destinations?
To me, Morocco had a lot of spice and flavor and color, and it was just always very intriguing to me. And getting there, in my mind, it was a little bit different. It was so much better than what I had thought. I thought it was just the souks and I'd be shopping and that would pretty much be it. There was so much beauty in the country, the changing topography, and just the culture and the people and the religion. And it's also very interesting. I have to tell a quick story. Omar and John and I were in one of the old buildings that was crumbling down kind of around us, but Omar was taking us through it, and we stopped and he started to tell us about his culture. And that conversation was about 20 minutes. When we were done with that conversation, I was crying. Tears were coming down, and I just felt the joy and the culture and the deep meaning that his people have to him. And that's what traveling is about to me. It's about getting to the depths of those experiences and feeling them and taking them home with you. And that's really what we experienced when we went to Morocco.
And how long ago was this trip?
It'll be 2 years in spring.
All right, it's 2 years right now, and you're still getting choked up just thinking about it. That's a powerful trip.
Right.
Brilliant,
Right.
brilliant. Well, we're having some internet connections, unfortunately, Omar, but it's such a blessing to have you on the call. Thank you for joining us, Lisa. Thank you for your information as well. And this is the power of the hub in action. Now we got a guy in Morocco. Yes, that's what we need. We need a guy in every country. So it's wonderful to meet Omar. And I want to show one more thing before we sign off on this morning show. If you are inside the hub, it is very simple to communicate directly with Omar. If you don't know how to do it, click your little balloons up here and then type into the chat Omar's name and he'll pop up. And when you do that, then you can chat with him. So that way, our friend Omar, even though he's thousands of miles away, is one click away inside the hub, which is fantastic. Also, as I was mentioning to Lisa in the chat, if you ever want to write an article with more of your expertise and pictures and stories and links, we absolutely welcome it. These little posts do not just need to be, here's what I had for breakfast, enter. Like, we can really share information here. Just click expand to article. And when you do that, see, it turns into a whole blog post here. And that way you can add anything that you want into your hub posts. It enriches the platform and we can all share better information. One thing I do want to make sure that we share before we jump off is we want to hit the Hubtoberfest promotion because we're ending in 3 days. So if there are super cool agents that are not here talking to guys like Omar, they're missing it. All of your top level agent friends are welcome to come in and enjoy 12 months free, thanks to our friends at Playa and Virgin Voyages. To invite your friends, click members. And once you click members, click invite. And when you do that, you can drop their email address right there, or you can come down and find your own share link and send that out to your agent friends of choice. We're inviting you to send as many people our way as we can, because then you're going to be able to meet some great folks and collaborate. So members, and then invite, and then you can drop their email there, or you can grab the link there. So with all of that exciting stuff out of the way, let's go check in with our man, Tom Brousseau, one more minute before we sign off the morning show. So Tom, how much fun was that traveling to Northwest Africa today?
That was really great. Thank you so much, Omar. And thank you very much, Lisa Pease, for connecting us together. And I think this is such a great demonstration of really what the hub can do. The fact that Lisa had this great experience and she has this great contact in Morocco. She has a lot of knowledge and wisdom about Morocco. So on the hub, if you're someone that has a client that's interested, or you are interested in going yourself, now you have a resource. And what I would ask the other hub members, people on the call, is who do you know? What was your great experience in Paris or Australia or Hawaii or Mexico City? I mean, think of all the connectivity that we have and all the great resources that are available to us, because that's one way that we can really help each other. And that's one way that we can use our collective knowledge and wisdom to better serve our clients. So, this is just a perfect demonstration. And, many thanks to Omar all the way from Morocco for being with us, and for Lisa Pease for all your passion about Morocco, because it really does come through that, this is what travel is all about. It's about a really great show.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. And, I was kind of bummed out this morning, to be honest. Like, I was just kind of like, it's Thursday, the election's weighing me down, trick-or-treating. I can't go trick-or-treating with my kids. It's getting cold. I was just having one of those days. But like, seriously, right now I'm logging off and I've got a friend in Morocco. How cool is that? So like, today is a big win. I hope you feel the same way. Let's make Omar feel welcome on the platform. And to what Tom said, let's bring all of our other friends from around the world to the hub. That's it for the Hub Morning Show for October 29th. I'm Pat Miller, your host. Thanks to Tom, Omar, our hub star Lisa for her experience. And we will talk to you on Tuesday here with the Hub Think Tank. Have a great weekend, everybody.